Imagine sitting inside a submarine, miles below the ocean's surface. The light has vanished, the water is ice cold, and the pressure outside is building with every passing second. The hull begins to groan and creak as if the ocean itself is trying to squeeze the life out of you. Suddenly, a terrifying thought hits. What happens if the submarine goes too deep? Will it bend? Will it crack? Or will it be crushed instantly by the ocean's unimaginable weight? Welcome to Spin of Facts, your channel for thought-provoking explanations and surprising truths. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you never miss our next dive into the mysteries of science and the world. Understanding ocean pressure. The first thing you need to know is that the ocean is heavy. Water may not feel heavy when you swim, but it stacks on itself layer after layer. For every 33 feet, or about 10 meters, of depth, the pressure increases by 1 atmosphere. At sea level, we live under 1 atmosphere, the weight of the air above us, but drop to just 100 feet underwater, and the pressure is already 3 times what your body's used to. At 1,000 feet, it's 30 times stronger. And at extreme depths like the Mariana Trench, nearly 36,000 feet, the pressure reaches over 16,000 pounds per square inch. That's like having the weight of 50 jumbo jets pressing on every square inch of a submarine surface. Submarine design and crush depth. Submarines aren't like fish. They can't adapt biologically to shifting pressures. Instead, they rely on engineering, steel, titanium, or carbon composite hulls designed to resist incredible external force. But every submarine has a limit, known as its crush depth. Crush depth is the point where the pressure outside is greater than the submarine's hull can handle. Beyond that, the submarine won't simply leak, it will collapse catastrophically. The implosion happens so fast within milliseconds that the crew would never even realize what occurred. The air inside compresses violently, heating up as it collapses, creating a flash of fire and light. To the outside world, 1 second the submarine exists, and the next it's nothing but fragments sinking deeper into the abyss. Safe depths versus danger zones. Engineers know these risks, which is why submarines have 3 important depth ratings. First is the test depth, the maximum depth a submarine is designed to safely operate under normal conditions. For many modern military subs, this might be around 800 to 1,000 feet. Next is the maximum operating depth, which is slightly deeper but still within a safe margin. And finally, the dreaded crush depth, the absolute limit where the ocean always wins. For nuclear-powered attack submarines, estimates suggest this could be around 2,400 feet or more, though exact numbers are top secret. Even then, compared to the vastness of the ocean, that's just scratching the surface. The Mariana Trench is over 36,000 feet deep, far beyond what any military submarine can endure. The terrifying reality of implosion. What really happens if a submarine crosses its crush depth? Forget Hollywood-style scenes of dramatic leaks and alarms blaring for hours. The truth is far scarier. The hull would fail instantly. In less than a fraction of a second, the structure would collapse inward with a force faster than sound. The crew wouldn't feel pain, panic, or even realize it. The event is simply too fast. The implosion itself creates a shock wave that can be heard miles away. In fact, the 1963 disaster of the USS Thresher, a U.S. Navy submarine that sank during deep diving tests, was recorded by underwater microphones across the ocean. The violent implosion killed all 129 crew members on board. That tragedy was a brutal reminder of how unforgiving the deep sea can be, and it led to major safety reforms in submarine design. Why not just build stronger submarines? So why can't we just build submarines strong enough to withstand unlimited depths? The problem is physics. A thicker, stronger hull means more weight, which makes it harder for the submarine to float, move, and stay balanced. Submarines must walk a fine line, strong enough to dive deep, but light enough to operate effectively. That's why specialized research submersibles like James Cameron's Deep Sea Challenger look different. Instead of being long and cigar-shaped like military subs, they're often tiny spheres. A sphere distributes pressure evenly, making it the strongest possible shape against crushing forces. That's how Cameron was able to dive nearly 36,000 feet into the Mariana Trench in 2012, something a normal submarine could never survive. Human survival and life support challenges. Even if we somehow built a submarine strong enough to withstand unlimited pressure, there's another problem: humans. A submarine isn't just steel, it's a life support bubble. The deeper you go, the more stress is placed on oxygen systems, heating, and power supplies. Deep dives also increase the risk of carbon dioxide buildup and equipment failure. So submarines are designed for balance, to dive deep enough for stealth and research, but not so deep that they risk disaster. Strategic reasons for depth. Why dive deep at all? For navies, depth is survival. The deeper a submarine goes, the harder it is to detect. Sonar becomes less effective, enemy tracking weakens, and the ocean's darkness provides natural cover. Submarines use this to their advantage, disappearing into depths where surface ships or aircraft can't follow. But it's a dangerous game. Go too shallow, and you risk being detected. Go too deep, and you risk the crushing grip of the ocean. That balance is part of the silent chess match submarines play beneath the waves. Extreme pressure in numbers. To really understand how violent pressure is, let's look at the numbers. At just 3,000 feet, the pressure outside a submarine is over 1,300 pounds per square inch. That's like balancing a small car on every square inch of the hull. At the bottom of the Mariana Trench, it's over 16,000 pounds per square inch. The weight of 3 elephants pressing on an area the size of your thumbnail. No matter how advanced we get, the ocean always has the final say. Lessons from history: submarine implosions are rare but unforgettable. Apart from the USS Thresher, the Soviet submarine K-129 was lost in 1968, likely due to structural failure at depth. In 2000, the Russian submarine Kursk sank after an internal explosion. And while the cause wasn't implosion, the tragedy highlighted how unforgiving the sea can be when things go wrong. These disasters taught engineers hard lessons: improving safety standards, testing protocols, and emergency systems. Today's submarines are far safer, but the risks never disappear completely. Exploring the abyss. While military submarines respect their limits, explorers still push further. Research subs have ventured to the deepest parts of the ocean, revealing alien-like creatures, hydrothermal vents, and landscapes we never imagined. Each dive is a reminder of how little we know about our own planet. More than 80% of the ocean remains unexplored, in large part because of pressure limits. Every new foot downward is like stepping into another world. For now, our submarines are like astronauts, exploring hostile frontiers at the edge of human capability. Philosophical reflection. In a way, the danger of crush depth isn't just a warning, it's a lesson. The ocean reminds us that no matter how advanced our technology becomes, nature is always more powerful. Submarines are marvels of engineering, but they're still fragile against the vast weight of the sea. Maybe that's why the question of what happens when a submarine goes too deep fascinates us so much. It's about more than steel and pressure. It's about the limits of human ambition. We build machines to explore, but in the end, we're reminded of our own smallness against the planet's greatest frontier. So what happens when a submarine goes too deep? It reaches its crush depth, and the ocean claims it in an instant. An implosion so fast and so violent that survival is impossible. But that terrifying reality also highlights the brilliance of human engineering that allows submarines to explore places no human should survive at all. What do you think? Should we keep pushing the limits of submarine technology to explore the deepest trenches of the ocean? Or are some mysteries best left alone? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the science and danger of submarines, don't forget to hit like, subscribe to Spin of Facts, and ring the notification bell so you never miss our next exploration into life's biggest mysteries.